As I wait for my friends from Nagaland to join me, I am deeply troubled, and that is why I have come online at this hour. It's almost 10:30, but there is a reason why I am online right now and I'm doing this live. Because I was in Nagaland during the assembly elections of 2023, and what I saw there really troubled me. In a country where we profess to have democracy, if people are not allowed to vote, what is the point of that democracy? And if a senior leader of the BJP, who is also the deputy chief minister of Nagaland, Mr. Patton, makes a comment and then tries to pass it off as something which was an ill-conceived humor, no one is going to buy that. And I'm sure, my friends, you're not going to buy that either. So why is it that the people of Nagaland are demanding action against Deputy Chief Minister of Nagaland, Mr. Patton? There is a reason for that. And the reason is that he has tried to disrupt the process of democracy. He has shown his intent in the manner in which he has asked the Gaon Buras, the polling agents, and the chairman at various booths to cast the votes of all the people of that particular area. How dare he tell people to go and walk in the fields? Look at his mindset. He thinks he's some kind of king, and those who work in the fields are below him. That is what the mentality of the BJP is, my dear friends from Nagaland. It is important that we understand that today we are facing a regime which does not want free and fair elections. The reason why people are demanding for action to be taken against Patton is because everybody wants to cast their vote. The people of Nagaland want to exercise the power that that vote has for you. Not just cast, not just exercise that vote, but the power of every vote, because every vote counts. And I saw what happened during the assembly elections and how there was violence, how people were prevented from casting their votes, and especially in the rural areas. So it is even more important that people of the rural areas are allowed to cast their vote. And when the deputy chief minister, who's sitting in the chair, which is so important, he can easily influence elections, he can easily influence the voting. And now, after outrage, he has come up with this regret, and he says that this was an ill-conceived attempt at humor. No, Mr. Patton, this was not any attempt at humor. It was a clear and deliberate attempt to disrupt the process of democracy. I, as a Congress person, will want people to vote for the Congress. But it is the right of the people of Nagaland to vote for whoever they want. I saw how those voter slips were being asked for by those who are in power. And therefore, I want to ask you, my dear friends, do you accept his press statement of regret? He can apologize. He should be apologizing. He should apologize to the people of Nagaland. He should apologize to the people of India, because Nagaland is a part of India. If I can cast my vote, then every Naga friend of mine, every Naga sister of mine, every Naga brother of mine has the right to cast his or her vote. Of course, Ronathung Ovang, you're saying that vote for Supong Merin Jamir, and he's the consensus candidate for India. But my question is much larger than that. Are we going to allow the process of democracy to be disrupted? Are we going to allow this blatant misuse of power by somebody who's sitting in the Deputy Chief Minister's chair, are we going to allow the Election Commission not to take cognizance, not to take action? We must speak up. We live in a democratic country. And if we speak up, the Election Commission will be pressurized into taking action. And that is what our aim should be. Our aim should be to ensure that the process of democracy is no longer disrupted and nobody prevents you from exercising the vote that you have in your power. Now, the point is whether action will be taken by the Election Commission. And everybody is asking whether action will be taken against the Deputy Chief Minister. Action has to be taken. And my dear friends, I request you, I request everyone from Nagaland, I request everyone who does not live in Nagaland, who might not be Naga, but today when we are talking about our country, about Nagaland, about Manipur, we have to have the right which has been ensured by the Constitution of India. Thomas Cognac writes that BJP has captured the votes even in 2023 Nagaland State Assembly elections by means of anti-social elements. And if I remember correctly, Thomas Cognac was also our candidate. And he gave a good fight. He fought with all his might against the mightiness of a government in power, against the mightiness of a government which misused its power. Yes, Ronathang Ovang, what you're saying is absolutely correct. We must voice out this issue. This is against the election model code of conduct. The model code of conduct is in place, my dear friends. And let's make no mistake that it is in your hands, because this democracy will survive when you will exercise the power that the Constitution has given to you. You are seeing what has happened in Manipur. You cannot allow this government to misuse its power and to dictate terms to you. They are nobody to be dictating terms to you. Dekho Kevi Naga is saying right, free and fair election. And that is why my request to you is, as your soldier, as Rahul Gandhiji's soldier who has been sent to Nagaland, who was sent to Nagaland, and you know how I feel for you, how I have loved every moment of being with the Naga people, how I have built my relationships with you. Today, I am going to voice whatever you ask me to, because I feel that you need to, your voices need to be heard. You need to be able to cast your votes the way you want to and to the person you want to. It is not about BJP, NDPP, or the Congress party. Of course, I want you to vote for the Congress party, because Congress party would never allow this to happen. The Congress party would always stand for your rights. Congress party is talking about justice. And just know, Ronathang Govang, I don't agree only to this much. Why Patton should apologize to the public? People like him cannot leave the state. That is the part I agree to. Patton must resign. Patton has misused his power, and if he goes around saying that because he had it was in humor that he said it, it was not. It was an ill-conceived attempt at humor. Nobody is believing it. Nobody is buying it, and therefore, what I feel is that an FIR should be registered against him now. An FIR should be registered against him. The Election Commission should take notice, and the state election machinery should also come into play. The model code of conduct is in place. He was addressing people. He himself has said with various political affiliations. That basically means that people who are allied to the BJP, that means the NDPP and all the other smaller parties that they must have been aligned with, they were there. And if they were there, then they need to be brought to book, because this was an attempt to maul democracy, to murder democracy, and action should be taken against him. Eklik C is saying this will be a litmus test for the much touted impartiality of the Election Commission of India. Of course, if the Election Commission is really impartial, action will have to be taken now. My dear friends, what you are writing to me, what you're saying about action because the model code of conduct is in place, because nobody can tell you not to vote. It is your right to vote, and everybody wants to vote. And if he tells you that you can go to your fields, that actually means that he would want his children to rule Nagaland. He will want the BJP and all the BJP leaders to be ruling Nagaland, but he will not want your lives to become better. So he is hardly working for you. And if he has committed this crime, because this is a crime, and when you are when you're facing elections and facing elections of the kind that we are facing today, and especially in light of what has happened in Manipur, how the people of Manipur have been treated by the BJP, we can well understand how the BJP is trying to influence in elections in the Northeast. Don't forget, my dear friends, that the BJP has not given a candidate to Nagaland, to Meghalaya, to Manipur. And the reason is clear, that they are scared of coming over there. But if they have their proxies over there and they want whoever is the alliance candidate to be voted in, the question will be, will Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah come and tell you again that the Gaon Buras were called to Delhi, because the Gaon Buras were called to Delhi last time. And that is what Mr. Modi came and said to the people of Nagaland when he was addressing the people in Nagaland in February 2023. And when he came there, when he made it clear, it was obviously apparent that the Gaon Buras had been bought over, because if they did not allow you to vote, of course, nobody was booked, no action was taken. Of course, our Congress workers had their heads bleeding. We also saw Mr. Jameer in one constituency, his sister being attacked, his home set on fire. So all these things will continue to happen if you don't speak up. And we have a system where we need to speak up, and we need to ensure that our voices are heard. And yes, James Bond Naga is also saying, please vote for Congress. Love from Dimapur, Nagaland. Husa Kahani is saying, vote for Congress. Full support of Supong Merin Jameer, INC candidate. Ronathong Obang is saying, why Patton said this in front of the Honorable CM of Nagaland, how shameful. In that video, I did not see the Chief Minister. If the Chief Minister of Nagaland was sitting there, then obviously the NDPP and the BJP government are all set to disrupt the process of democracy, the process of voting on the day of election. And this cannot be allowed. Achum Stamp is saying, vote for Congress, full support INC candidate. Hamang official channel is saying, I request you, my dear friends, please don't keep quiet this time. Last time, they said that elections had been completed, so they had an excuse ready. But I am here to raise your voice, but I am also here as your sister, as your friend, to make sure that you get justice, and for you to be able to exercise the right that the Constitution of India has given. Let us not give up this time. Let us make sure that we fight for it. Thank you, Lim. My support's with you. Where is the ECI when we need them most? Fully support INC. Thanks for life. Among Naga Hill is saying, Enoch Wongsha is saying, Thomas Konyak is saying, we are very grateful to you for speaking out for the people of Nagaland from your national position. Kevin is saying, vote for Congress. And of course, I am always here. When I came to Nagaland, I saw how you thought. I connected with you. I realized that even though you have been ignored for a far long time, you are very much people who think for the country. You think for the country. So, and you being a border state, today it is necessary that you are allowed to exercise your power, your right to vote. And yes, Aja Mero, I will always be with you, Ronathang. Yes, thankful to Ma'am Sujata Paul. I will always be there for you, to know that. And before I sign off today, the question that I want to ask is, will action be taken by the Election Commission? And one has to understand that the Election Commission has to be made accountable. It is ours in democracy. It is through these systems that we are the ones who are, being part of the governance process, the government. We are part of the government because it is through our representatives that we have governance, but these are representatives merely, and it is our power that they are exercising and using to govern us because we give them that power. So if we cannot make it better, how will the system become better? Somebody has just mentioned ENPO as well. ENPO has been insulted. Uh, I haven't been clear about this, but ENPO, that issue also I'm going to address tomorrow in my next live. But my dear friends, the promises made by Amit Shah, the Home Minister, has long been pending. And he has simply made a fool of people. And that is why, like I said last time, no matter what temptation they might give to you, don't tell them. But when you cast your vote, make sure to cast it for Mr. Jamir, for Supong Meron Jamir ji, because he will be your representative. He will ensure that you get justice. Rahul Gandhi ji came amongst you. Rahul Gandhi ji, uh, when during the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, he crossed Nagaland, how happy he was. And you know very well that he is the only leader who actually feels for the people of this country. No matter where you're from, which part of the country you're from, it is Rahul Gandhi ji who connects with you and who wants justice for everybody. So on behalf of my leader, I request you to vote for a better government, but to make sure that when my leader is talking for you, is speaking up for you, for your justice, you need to make sure that you do the same as well. Use that strength, because the energies that you have, what I have, when we connect, then we make this world a better place. We can make Nagaland a beautiful place. Deputy CM said, Naga Serena says, that they don't need Eastern Naga to win this. Without talking in an amicable manner, he showed his lack of patriotism towards the people of ENPO. Willie says, or Wiley says, vote for Congress. Chong Pei Lan, thumbs up. But how can the deputy CM who belongs to the BJP say that about ENPO? What I remember is when Mr. Amit Shah had addressed the people of Nagaland, at that time also, he had said that the ENPO issue would be sorted out. If you remember, if I remember correctly, that's what he said. But how is it that today he has forgotten the people of Nagaland completely? Isn't that a question that people should ask him? Isn't it important? Yes, Padma Rani ji is saying EC is not election commission anymore. It is entirely compromised BJP. And my dear friends, Padma Rani ji is from Telangana, where I have been put on duty this time, like I was in Nagaland. This time I'm doing it in Telangana. Corruption, Nagaland, very dirty state. Color Life is saying, Mushok Kyam is saying, the man, this message is to Patton. How can you cook curry without water? I don't know why you asked that question, my dear friend, but all I can say is that an FIR needs to be registered against him. If ENPO do not give any vote to Dr. Chamban Murray, PDA consensus candidate between NDPP and BJP, because they know the people of Nagaland not vote for BJP, as the ideology of BJP is against the culture, tradition of Naga people. Nyakting is saying vote for Congress. Absolutely. And you know that. When I was in Nagaland, do you remember that I used to keep saying that they are going to work towards removing Article 371? I also told you that they will try to bring in the UCC. And please make no mistake, today the UCC has been brought in the state of Uttarakhand, and I come from Uttarakhand. There is no need for UCC to be brought in, because we are a predominantly Hindu state, and we have all the big temples of Hindus in Uttarakhand. The Muslims are really in a minuscule minority, and yet they have brought in the UCC, because it will not affect the people of Uttarakhand as much as it will send out a message to the rest of the country. And look at what they are doing, and this is what the people of Nagaland have to realize that they need to come out and exercise their right to vote, because if you vote, only then will these people go on to their, will be pushed onto their back foot. Because unless we do that, what will happen is that right now they might say that we are not going to do this. And these are all conspiratorial people. And you know very well what kind of people the RSS has. The RSS and the BJP combined, they are against tribals, they are against Christians, they are against Muslims. And to further their agenda, first they come into power. And if you remember, Mr. Modi spoke a lot about development in 2013, 14. And then after that, 2019, it was all about Hindu Muslim and this communal politics. And of course we all know what happened to Pulwama. Please remember, and please don't get divided into which community, which Naga tribe he comes from. Please, people, understand that anybody who is from the BJP, you must remember him as a BJP, or as a person who is coming from RSS. That's it. Don't talk about him as if he is coming, he belongs to a particular tribe. He's not going to be thinking for the tribe. Make no mistake, whether it is Patton, or whether it is, what's his name, the chief of BJP, what is his name? A humorous guy, but he puts all kinds of videos online also. But remember that when we talk about the BJP guys, the BJP only wants to bring hatred to the country. And wherever they go, they plan and they conspire and they get into the system. Once they get into the system, then the system begins to weaken. I'll give you an example. You look at, when we say that the judiciary has been weakened, or the officers have been weakened, please remember, and I'll give you one more example about how one district magistrate once, I never realized that he had any affiliation with RSS or BJP. And then one day when he told me that he was going on deputation to the center, and he told me that his guru was one BJP, very, very important leader who's been sidelined now. So in BJP, they don't even respect their own people. So you think they're going to respect you and your culture? No way. I remember Mr. KL Shishi telling me that when he had joined the BJP and the RSS guys went to his house, you know what they did? His wife is very particular. If you are coming from the north or from outside of Nagaland and you don't eat non-vegetarian food, she's so particular. She'll make the best food possible. And it's just her hospitality is so good. So she's so affectionate. The whole family. And you know what he told me? He said when the RSS people went to his house, they refused to eat the food prepared with so much of labor, so much of love by his wife herself. This is what the RSS is. So the RSS will fool you right now, but please, please, all those people who are talking about the BJP and the RSS and saying that they will not vote for them, I request you to ensure that you create enough pressure on the election commission so that they take action and you get your right to vote. I feel for you, and the rest of the country also feels for you, but only when they get information. And you know very well that what we call the Godi media today, national media, they will never show it. But my promise to you is that I am going to make sure that your voice reaches as many people as I possibly can take it to. Absolutely. You cannot be confident about Article 371A. They will ensure that once they get into your system, then they will remove it, because they do not believe in your culture. They do not believe in tribals. They only want one India with one color, one everything. They want all of us to be clones of each other. Yes, I am amazed. In fact, I was shocked to see that what Atsadong Tongru is saying, the stupid audience even clapped. And when all of you come together, and I am here to talk to you whenever you want me, whatever issues of yours are there, you know that I take them up every time. And yes, Congress is strong. So 60 MLAs joined their heart together. I want to tell you one more thing. A lot of people, you're unhappy when you're part of the Congress party as a Congress worker. Sometimes you get upset about who gets the ticket. But does it really matter? Does it really matter? Whoever gets the ticket is our candidate and is our representative. And we all need to ensure that that person wins elections. And I'm talking about assembly elections, of course. Right now, everybody should just think of voting for Supung Merin Jamirji. I think Itachi Kun has asked a very, has asked a very strange question. And I think our friends will definitely be able to help you, because if you want to save Nagaland, if you want to save our country, make sure that you vote for the Congress party. And let me tell you, I know that the ENPO issue has become such that people are saying that we will not cast our vote. Let me tell you, my dear friends, it is not nota or it is not no voting which will, uh, you know, not help BJP. What will help BJP is your vote cast for the Congress party. Congress party doesn't speak lies. Congress party might work a little slowly, but it thinks through its plans and then it begins to work. You have seen how Rahul Gandhi has been attacked. And if you remember how, the promises were made by Amit Shah, not one single promise has been fulfilled. If one single promise has not been fulfilled, he will want you not to vote. Please understand his game. Please understand his game. He wants you to either vote for the BJP NDPP candidate. Of course, it is the NDPP candidate, but because they are allied to each other, I'm saying BJP NDPP candidate. But, and Nipo Rio, I have been raising my voice against him. People understand how corrupt he is. And therefore, it is time that we all stand up, get together, and vote for the Congress party, vote for Supung Merin Jamir. It is time to think only about the Congress party right now if you really want to save our country. And let me also mention to you that, if we don't wake up right now, what is going to happen? I heard somebody saying this, that next time on 15th August, the present Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, will stand, and in fact, while addressing all of us from the ramparts of the Red Fort, he will tell us what to eat, what to wear, who to marry, who to associate with, how to behave. Do you want that? This is the plan of the BJP. This is the plan of Mr. Modi. So wake up. And my dear friends, I will join you again tomorrow. Please, please share this video as much as you can and make sure that Patton is brought to book. Make sure that action is taken against him. No, Lima Merin Longkumer, you might say that his personal opinion, it might be his personal opinion according to you. The fact is that the man, don't worry about me, worry about yourself. The fact is that as Deputy CM, he has the power to disrupt the process of election. He has the power to ensure that people are unable to vote. And that is why action should be taken. Why has he still not resigned? Why has no FIR been registered against him? The chief minister was sitting over there. So what was Mr. Nipurio doing? Should he not remove him from his cabinet? You tell me. If he is actually trying to tell people not to vote, then action should have been taken immediately. And he, mind you, did not apologize or express regret at that meeting. And neither did the chief minister get up to disassociate himself from this statement of Patton. Did he? If he didn't, that means this was an offense which has been committed thoughtfully, deliberately and provocatively. So therefore, make sure that all of us get together and ensure that we exercise the right that this country has given us. And yes, vote for Congress. Vote for Congress. Vote for Supung Meren Jamil. And he is our candidate because he will be the voice of the Naga people in the parliament. He will be representing you, and he will be Rahul Gandhiji's soldier. And you have seen Rahul Gandhiji walk through Nagaland. You have seen how he feels for Nagaland. And when he spoke about the pineapples of uh, Meghalaya, I could just remember the pineapples of Nagaland as well. And I thrived on the fruits of Nagaland. And that is why today, sitting here talking to you, I can think of all the wonderful food that I had and all the wonderful time I had. And I cannot just sit here and wait to see things go wrong. Why Patton is already Hindu is what you're saying. See, it doesn't really matter to me whether he's Hindu, he's Christian, he's Muslim, anything. But the fact that he is attacking uh, the rights of the people, the rights which are enshrined in the Constitution of India, the rights which are your rights. I just feel that we cannot allow him to do that. My dear friends, I will join you again because we cannot allow this thing to just fizzle away like that. Because unless and until we pressurize the Election Commission into taking action, which is the right thing to do, how will we ever get the rights that we deserve? How will we ever get the rights which are ours, which have been given to us by those who fathered the Constitution, by those who wrote that Constitution, by those who wanted every citizen of India, irrespective of where he came from, with gender, to have the same rights as anybody else. And therefore, my dear friends of Nagaland, I will take your leave now. And I just hope that you will be able to speak up for your right. I am here as your soldier to make sure that your issues are always there in the public domain. Your issues don't go without redressal. I am here for you. Goodbye for now, and I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.